Tim, Arsenal, they have been flying. But did you see that result coming? It's the joint heaviest defeat of Diego Simeone's managerial career.
Not many teams do that to a Simeone side. I thought Arsenal were excellent. I think they've been excellent all year, actually. Even if they haven't been at their sparkling best, they're very difficult to score against. And they're managing to get the job done, whether it's a set piece or whatever it is, whatever it takes. That's what champions do, just to get over the line, taking as many points as you possibly can. I was very impressed with them, and I can't see it stopping. I have to be honest. I think the balance of their squad now, the acquisitions they've made in certain areas, when they used to get in the past, they used to get an injury, you used to feel like, well, they're not going to be able to cope without him. I don't see that now. I see them very strong in all departments, and I think, obviously, in the Premier League, they are the team to beat. And you have to say, you know, they're going to go a long way in this competition as well in the Champions League.
Well, what about Victor Gyökeres? Because he has been getting... The thing is, the Arsenal fans have been saying, no, that they're happy with him for the work he's doing despite the not so many goals. But he did get 2 goals last night. Are there still some question marks over him?
There's never been question marks from me. I've always stuck by him because I see what he does. He works for the team. You know, he occupies centre half. He creates spaces for the 10s or anyone who wants to come into them pockets. Pins the defenders back, especially the 2 centre backs. I think he puts himself on offer. I like the fact that he scored 2 goals last night. He's not afraid to put himself in between the goalposts. He knows if he misses chances, the next one will come along. He's got the character to miss chances and go again. I think you saw Mikel last night. He was heaping the praise on him, as if the guy needs the confidence. I'm not sure he does. I think he knows how good he is. I think he knows he's playing an excellent side at the moment. The chances will keep coming. I don't have a problem. I don't fear for Gyökeres and Arsenal. I just think he's a wonderful signing for them.
Well, we have a feeling that Arsenal fans will be very buoyant this morning. Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis, an app where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club, scan the QR code here or visit the Sky Sports app for more details. We can speak to Arsenal supporter Nick Karamanlis now. Very good morning to you, Nick. I know it was last night a watershed moment for your club. Are even the most pessimistic fans now believing that they can deliver a major trophy this season or multiple trophies?
Well, that's the plan, isn't it? I have to say, Tim, you're earning your money today. I know how hard this might be for you. But look, it was an amazing night last night. I was half expecting a ball draw against a stingy Simeone team, but even by half-time, I was confident of beating them because we just, you know, I heard a few fans saying the first half was poor, but I saw something different being at the game. We created a few chances. I feel like we opened them up a lot more than I thought we were going to. And, I mean, it's fantastic. Yeah, we should be looking to win some trophies, especially the league. Champions League might be, anything can happen in a cup competition, as you know. But, you know, I think one thing's for sure is Arteta's built a side now that's very well drilled and adaptable. They can win ugly, they can blow teams away. And on current performance, and in particular, I mean defensively, and that's something that we all know that you need to win trophies. They're up there.
Nick, if you had to choose one, what would you take? I know it's been a long time since you won the Premier League, but you have done that. You haven't won in Europe.
No, look, if I had to choose one right now, I'd still probably take the Premier League first. I probably would.
Yeah, the best team wins the Premier League. I think anyone can win it. Not anyone, but I think you can have your day, can't you? You can get lucky with the cup draw as well.
Yeah, but
exactly that. As I was saying, you could be unlucky or lucky with the cup draw. You can maybe get a draw against a team and go out on penalties. At least with the league, you know, after 38 games, you're the best team there.
Yeah.
Is it now expectation for you, though, rather than just hope about winning a major trophy?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think Tim alluded to this earlier. We didn't have our captain last night and nobody talked about it. You know, that's Odegaard. Last year, a player would be out like Saliba or Odegaard or Saka, and you know, that's all we could hear. Now we've got the squads to do it. So there are no excuses in that respect, especially when it comes to winning the league, I think. Like I said, cup can be very different, but winning the league, when you've got a squad that we've got, I think we should be expecting to win it.
Right. When you talk about the squad there, and that everybody's praised Arsenal's squad depth, and it's there for all to see, is there any area that does worry you?
The only thing that worried me before the season started, and probably still a little bit now, Martinelli's a little bit inconsistent. The left-hand side, we can't, obviously we chop and change between Martinelli and Trossard. I personally think we brought in Noni Madueke for the length. I know people think he's there on the right, he's better on the right. Yeah, he probably is. And everyone's saying, well, Saka doesn't need a backup as such. We've got Saka there. But on the left, I think he brought him in to get some crosses in for Gyökeres, because that's something we don't do enough of. And I think that's his plan. That's the only side I think maybe, but I think we've got enough cover there anyway.
Well, sounds like no excuses. But do you think Arsenal get enough credit elsewhere? Because I don't know if you were watching yesterday. We'll remind you actually, because Jamie O'Hara caused a bit of a stir. Listen to this.
The top teams doing long throw-ins. I can't believe what I'm watching. It's all down to Arsenal. Arsenal started this. Arsenal started the long throw, the set pieces. They've killed the Premier League in terms of, fluid football. What happened to get the ball down, move it quick, play, crosses in the box, get to the byline, crosses in the box? So non-league. It's the Premier League we're talking about here. You're meant to be the best of the best.
So the style of play in the Premier League is down to Arsenal going more direct and with long throws. What did you think of that?
Someone's got to start it, doesn't it? Look, we never started long throws. Yeah, maybe I think Arteta is the kind of manager, it's quite a clever manager. He looks at every single possibility and detail to get an advantage. If that's long throws, so be it, long throws. We've seen it with set pieces as it stands. You can't argue we're scoring from them. Personally, I don't really care anymore. As long as we get the wins now, we just need to win something.
I agree with you 100%. I don't think there's anything wrong with playing direct, anything wrong with long throws. If it's effective for your side, it certainly is for Arsenal. Every team in the Premier League are taking long throws at the moment. It's not a non-league thing, it's a Premier League thing at the moment. It's going full circle. It won't be long until we see two strikers up front as well. And we want to see that. We want to see the wingers on the wide positions, two midfield players in there. One goes forward, one sits, vice versa in another phase of play. And get the ball into the box. That's what we're going to see. It's going to go full circle. The game has always evolved like this. And at the moment, it's going back to a more direct style.
The coach is going to be able to teach let's say it does go back to 4-4-2 and the central midfield role is different, the striking role is different. A coach is going to be able to coach that now, because for a lot of years, coaches have been living on 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 or even 3 at the back.
Yeah, well, they just make it flexible. I'm not saying they go all fully direct. But you saw Man United against Liverpool. They went more direct. Lamon's the goalkeeper. They're making it simple for him. They don't want him to make the mistakes of his feet passing out around the penalty box. So what's saying to him is go direct, up to the strikers, win the second ball, and we'll play from there. And they got a great result at Anfield on the back of that. Afterwards, you see Arne Slot complaining about the low block, complaining about them playing direct. It's exactly music to the ears of the manager on the opposition. They're not happy with it. Arne Slot needs to start doing that. Maybe mix it up a little bit. It's a game. I don't think it should be predictable one way or another. It's a game, and there's no right way to play or wrong way to play. It's what's effective for the group of players, what you'll have at your disposal. And at the moment, Arsenal and Mikel Arteta is using his group perfectly.
And in terms of Arte, by the way, we're getting loads and loads of messages about Victor Gyökeres, by the way. A lot of them praising him, a lot of them saying he still needs to do a little bit more. But what about Mikel Arteta? Because Mikel Merino the other day, Nick, called him the best, one of the best, if not the best managers in the world. Where do you rank him?
Well, look, the fact that we're even in the conversation there, and even, I think you were saying earlier, are we the best team in Europe? Look, I agree with Tim. We're not the best team in Europe until we start doing this in the knockout stages and we actually get over the line. But the fact that we're in the conversation of that, you have to give credit to Arteta. Look where he's brought us. I know everyone's saying, it's been 5 years, but really now, this is his team. This is his team now, and this is his time to prove it. I agree with Tim as well. What he's doing, Arteta, this is not by accident. We've got big, strong players going in the box, right? And there's a reason for that. Marino now, I've got Rice. There's a reason for that. He's trying to find an advantage with every kind of way. There was a time where I thought we were a bit predictable, even last season. But last night especially, what I really liked is that we were relentless, because I thought once we get the first goal, we're going to sit back, play it round the back, and going to slow the game down and sit on the 1-0. But we kept on them. And that's something I haven't seen from Arsenal for a long time. So I think that's all credit to Arteta. He's got them playing. I think at the beginning of the season against Liverpool and City, I think he was a bit too cautious. Maybe he's kind of learnt from that. Maybe there's a bit more confidence in the team now, and we can go on.
There's a lot of similarities between your Invincible side and your Arsenal side now. And physicality is the key one. You know, we talk about, I played against that side, you know, like Vieira, Petit, you know, and it's strong guys at the back. When if you can't win the game, you won't lose it. You drew a lot of games in that season. I think now they take what's on offer. If it's there to steamroller a team, they will do it. If it's there to just to nick a point, take that. It's a valuable point at the end of the season. I think it only bodes well for Arsenal.
Adaptability. Comes back to adaptability and flexibility that I was saying.
Yeah.
I've seen a few different ways that we're playing this season. I mean, even Zubimendi last night was dinking balls over the top, but slightly more direct, a bit longer. I mean, last season it was very kind of, I would say, tiki-taka. But we've actually changed that around a little bit now. We're throwing balls in the box, we're set pieces, we're scoring. I mean, look at our goal scorers. It's all around the team now.
Yeah.
So I think that's all credit to Arteta. Like I said, it's no accident.
We're getting more and more messages about Gyökeres, by the way, so better talk about him now. We know that he had a run of 9 games without a goal. That was for club and country, all competitions. But how happy have you been with him so far? Because every Arsenal fan we've had on and Arsenal ex-players have said that they are happy with his contribution despite the lack of goals. But he added 2 last night, so I mean that helps the argument.
It does. I mean, look, I have to say I had a few doubts myself, and off the back of 2 scrappy goals, they're not going to completely disappear. But what I will say about Gyökeres is that he has worked hard, and he didn't have a very good pre-season, and he's looked a little bit off the boil in terms of fitness. Last night he looked a lot fitter, and I think a fit Victor Gyökeres, who's big, strong, powerful, running at you, is going to scare a lot of defenders. I think if he can hold the ball up a little bit better with his touch, he's complete. And I think, you know, the good thing about last night, I know there were 2 scrappy goals, but it gets your confidence up. And what I really liked is the reaction of his teammates. It was a bit like when Havertz first joined, and they were really behind him, telling him to celebrate that goal, getting behind him, and that will give him confidence to go on. So, yeah, look, I hope he proves me wrong, because the more he proves me wrong, the better it is for the team.
Yeah, of course it is. Nick, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, guys.